Hi guys, we're going to be doing another train with me today, but today we're going to be talking about StarStable conspiracy theories. I thought this might be a fun idea since it's right after the new marching gas quests and updates. Since I know that was a popular conspiracy theory for a while, people were speculating on what they were going to do with the castle and everything, so just going to start in 𝙤𝘂𝙆𝙆 today, I think. I just got all of these off Google, so they might just be kind of random. The first one says the quote-unquote time loop / post-apocalyptic theory. A popular theory suggests that the game's loop of storylines and NPCs who never move from their spots implies that we are reliving the final moments before 𝙤𝙗𝙗𝑆 victory over and over. I think that's an interesting theory. Of course, that's probably not true. I mean, like, the whole base of, like, the original storyline was that our character is just, like, here for the summertime, and it's, like, a summer camp with horses, I guess. But I do think that's interesting. Honestly, I feel like I don't pay attention too much in the main story quest. I try to, but, like, I feel like I can't keep up with, like, everything that's going on currently with that, and like all of the different characters, like the Dark Riders and Dark Core and all that. So honestly, I feel like I really don't even have a lot of thoughts about that, although that would be like terrible if we were just like actually stuck in a time loop, like how they portray that kind of stuff in like movies and TV. Like, you know, interesting idea. I did have to look before I started recording just as a reminder of 𝙤𝙗𝙗𝙗, like, I mean, I know he's like the kind of main villain, I guess, but I don't know, there's like him, there's Dark Core, like the Dark Riders, so I don't know, I just get kind of confused sometimes. But yeah, 𝙤𝙗𝙗𝙗's like the main evil person. I guess he's like still stuck in Pandoria from when we, you know, went there to save Anne. I honestly feel like I don't remember a ton about that quest because I feel like I did that so long ago. Also, I totally meant to mention this in the beginning of the video, but just since we're going over conspiracy theories, there probably will be spoilers about just in the game in general, but in like the storyline, like the main storyline. So if you don't want any spoilers, then I guess now's your chance to click away. Oops, almost missed that checkpoint. I had all of my screenshots nicely organized, and then when I put them all into my notes folder when I was planning this video, they just got all over the place. There was two at the bottom that are called quote crackhead or absurd theories, which I just thought was funny. It says 𝙤𝙗𝙗 is a werewolf, which I'm glad they put context because I would have had no idea who that was. But it says a popular, how did I just fail that? Okay, whatever, it's fine. It says, a popular comedic theory claims that Raptor's pet wolf is actually pop star 𝙤𝙗𝙗, who took refuge in Jorvik. Which I don't even know how people come up with stuff like this. And the fact that that was just on Google when I looked up StarStable conspiracy theories is so funny. Props to the people who come up with things like that. The next one says Raptor is a secret agent. Kind of goes along with the first one because that's who we were just talking about. It says some believe that the NPC Raptor is actually the one controlling the events behind the scenes due to his strangely constant presence. Which I feel like it was weird. I mean, it's weird that they said it like that, but I feel like he's like never around. Because isn't he just like, I mean, as we mentioned, all the NPCs are stuck and don't move, but isn't he just at the mall? I feel like he doesn't leave the mall. He just stays there, right, on the little stage. Hopefully that's right and I don't like sound stupid right now. Yeah, again, definitely not true, but an interesting theory for sure. I think that would be really funny if, you know, after all of these years, everything with the Soul Riders and the Dark Riders, if it was just some random character was the one that is behind all of it, like, that would just be funny. Obviously, again, that's not true. And there's so much lore about this game too. Ooh, I actually want to make, whether it's a train with me or just a regular video, but I really want to deep dive into some StarStable lore because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things I feel like that are mentioned during quests too, and then it's just not brought up again, or it's brought up briefly, or there's some things that don't get talked about enough, or a lot of things have changed too. Like a lot of the older quests, StarStable has changed, so the game's easier now, but I feel like honestly it's probably not as like intense. I don't know where I want to go. Also, if you guys can't tell, I think I really am getting into shaders in this game. I really like it, but I feel like I've had a different preset in like every video because I can't decide which one I like the best. And I just got this one today, but it looks really nice. I feel like I really like it so far. Okay, the next one says a soul writer's secret. A popular theory argues that the soul writers are incompetent, or worse, that the player character is not truly part of their inner circle but merely used to do their bidding, and that they're actually a failed sisterhood. Okay, this is an interesting theory. Again, maybe a little bit far out there. I think they're suggesting, okay, well, to be fair, I feel like I've talked about this some, other people have talked about this some, we talked about it early in this video, but that the NPCs literally just stand there and they don't actually really do anything. It's kind of all up to our character. It makes sense, I guess. I don't know, that we would do everything in like the random side quests, but I feel like in the main quest, I don't know, I haven't done one in a long time, so I don't know how even it is split up between us and the other soul riders, but of course all of them are NPCs besides us, and so we are probably the ones actually doing everything. But I think this is just an interesting way to put it, that they put a failed sisterhood, because I guess other than like the main story quest, I feel like we really don't see or do anything with the other soul riders a lot, so I don't necessarily feel really close to them, you know? Like, I'm assuming like how they are supposed to feel about our character, like we're, you know, have this bond, we're super close. I don't know, we don't really do a ton with them besides the main storyline, so I don't know, maybe that's just a me personally kind of thing. Yeah, I don't really feel super close to the other soul riders, so I kind of get what this person is saying. Oh my god, of course a network error, bro. Okay, we're back from the network error. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, the next one says nobles and suspicious NPCs. Theories suggest that Jorvik nobles are not human and are from Pandoria. Another theory claims that the 𝙬𝘂𝘆 are not evil but seeking vengeance against Jon Jarl for killing their life wardens. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the 𝙬𝘂𝘆 is or what the life wardens is. See, again, more StarStable lore that I feel like I probably knew about at one time, but now I have no idea like what's they're talking about. Okay, I'm googling it real quick. So the 𝙬𝘂𝘆 are the like little witch thing from, oh my god, I am so sorry. Okay, anyways, so the 𝙬𝘂𝘆 are the little like flying witch kind of things from Devil's Gap, like where the tornado is, that we were there for a long time doing main story quests. Oh, the life warden, that's the tree, right? Yeah, an ancient group of witches living in the Devil's Gap. Oh, okay. So it says Gunnar Thrymson destroyed the magical runestones on Jorvik under Jon Jarl's order, and the 𝙬𝘂𝘆 witches cursed him with immortality. The 𝙬𝘂𝘆 are furious towards Jon Jarl for having destroyed the primeval tree on the Forgotten Fields, which lead them to curse the area. This curse is said to be the reason for the unfortunate turn of events from Dew's farm. Okay, perfect. Okay, I understand now. So yeah, the 𝙬𝘂𝘆 are the little things in Devil's Gap, and yeah, the life warden, that's the tree in the Forgotten Fields. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. See, this is exactly what I was talking about, that I need to make a video exploring old StarStable lore because there's so much stuff that I just forgot about. I don't know if maybe it was just like suggested in the game during that quest. I remember the quest, but it was a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly. But I don't know if maybe they portrayed the 𝗴𝘂 as evil, but I guess this theory is just saying that they're not actually evil. They just want revenge because Jon Jarl is basically the reason that the Life Warden tree was destroyed. So I guess that makes a lot of sense, because I feel like we're supposed to like praise Jon Jarl, right? Isn't that who's the statue at Fort Pinta and like in what's it called, Dole's Abbey? It's where his like grave is, or like his tomb. I think we've been in there a few times for story quests, but I get what this person is saying, and I definitely think you are right, because that would make a lot of sense. Okay, the next one says Pandoria's role. Some players believe that Pandoria is not just a dimension, but the true destroyed original reality, and that the light of 𝙤𝙚 is actually the afterlife. I hope I'm not misinterpreting any of these, but what I got from this, I think this person is saying that Pandoria is like, that was our original quote unquote land, I guess. Like that's where we were supposed to be. And then the light of 𝙤𝙚 is like, you know, the afterlife, whatever happens after death. I do think that is an interesting theory. I honestly feel like I really don't even remember much of Pandoria because that quest was so long ago. I literally just remember it being pink everywhere. But I feel like that would make sense because I feel like a lot of just the regular storylines, but also like the main storyline revolves a lot around Pandoria and things that have happened there. So I feel like this theory, oh my gosh, I feel like this theory would make sense. And I feel like the light of 𝙤𝙚, like that whole thing being the afterlife, that I feel like that makes a lot of sense too. Because, you know, I feel like, because in real life, I feel like it's a popular theory that, you know, when you are passing, you start to like see light, you know? So that's just interpreted into StarStable terms. I think that's what all this person is saying. Yeah, interesting theory. That would be really crazy if we were actually supposed to be in Pandoria this whole time. Because wasn't it Jon Jarl who, like, you know, originally discovered Jorvik? Is that supposed to be what happened? I don't even know if I should include the next one because I feel like it's already kind of here. I don't know. The next one says players constantly analyze locked gates, particularly near the secret stone circle and Marchingast Castle, believing that they will eventually lead to major unreleased map expansions. So yeah, this person was obviously right about Marchingast. So the secret stone circle, that's in Vale, right? It's a lot, okay? It's confusing. And I'm sure there's other people out there that feel me on that. I feel like, isn't there like some locked areas still in like Mistfall too? I mean, there's locked areas kind of all over the place, or like not necessarily locked. It's an area or something that exists in the game, but we don't do anything with it. So I feel like that's why people might believe that eventually it will be something, but like they were right about Marchingast. Like that area was hidden away kind of, and it was there, but we didn't do anything with it and we didn't get to interact with it, but now we do. So I feel like all of these things are probably just stuff that StarStable is slowly working on, but of course they also have to make it work into like the main storyline too. So of course it would make sense that everything would come out really slowly and one at a time, but I think it will be exciting when there's future areas released. I think I see people online talk about this too, how there's all of this space up here that's literally not used. I see, honestly, mostly on like Pinterest and stuff, people will make like mock-up StarStable maps and include like different stuff in this area because I mean, it's there, like we can see that land and something exists there. We're just not allowed there, you know? But But isn't there also, because like I was just saying, like I'm pretty sure there's some still like, you know, locked or like hidden areas in Mistfall, but there definitely is in Dino Valley too. And I know I've talked about it on my channel. People talk about it online all the time, and like Dino Valley getting updated. So I guess maybe one day, I don't want to say if, but when, hopefully, they update Dino Valley, maybe it'll be expanded, maybe we'll find out something about a new area. I don't know. But that would be cool. And it would make sense because it's literally right there on the map next to it, you know? But I do think people have some interesting theories out there as to what this area of the map would be, because it's a pretty big chunk of area that, as far as we know, is just nothing. You never know. Okay, well, I think that is going to be where I wrap it up for today, but I had a lot of fun making this video, and it kind of just got me thinking about more StarStable lore and, you know, stuff that happened in the game long ago that maybe we don't remember now. And I'm sure there's other people out there that are just as confused as me when it comes to some of the stuff that happens in the main story, just because we get those quests like every few months, you know, so by the time the new ones come out, I don't remember what happened last time. Yeah, I definitely want to do another part of talking about conspiracy theories for another train with me, because I'm sure there's a lot more good ones out there. Let me know in the comments what your guys' favorite StarStable conspiracy theory is, or if you have a super funny, unhinged one, or, you know, something crazy and out there. Let me know. I want to read all of them. But yeah, that is all for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.